This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Less than a year after getting cleared, the outskirts of Laurelhurst Park in Portland now again full of homeless tents. Crews posted another 72-hour notice Friday. That means they need to be out this morning. What we saw ahead of that warning. Plus,
we'll hope for the best. I know we have a lot of resilience in this industry.
A late season freeze could mean trouble for some Oregon vineyards. Coming up this morning, how much crop could be lost?
It is a Monday morning here on the Sunrise Show. Rod Hill, yesterday, better than advertised weather-wise. I mean, you told us it was going to be nice.
Yes.
It was really nice.
I did say, hey, it would be nice. I just left it at that. I didn't really say how nice.
We threw an extra adjective on it.
Did I pinpoint the niceness?
Yes.
I thought,
100%.
I thought I was just general. Okay. 72. I thought we'd say the 60s when I stood here on Friday, but yeah, 72 yesterday. Incredible. Here's what's going on now. Clouds are back in on the west side. You can see the showers. You've had most of us up and down I-5 got caught with this batch of rain that's now breaking up into the Cascades. Some more rain just left Astoria. So most of the day today, the radar will be showing some rain, but not much total, probably less than 1/10 of an inch. So to the bus stop, 50 out the door. Yeah, 50. Pretty mild outside. 56 at noon, and we could still get up to 60 degrees. With a little bit of light rain around. That's your forecast.
Thank you, Rod.
I think we have to come together and start showing empathy and love towards one another. I know my dad was just one, but there's so many others that are experiencing what my family is experiencing, and this is not anything you wish on anyone.
Gun violence in Portland takes another life, leaving a local family in mourning. Now, the community is also upset in this spike in crime, and people are demanding action.
Mike Benner has more on the city's latest deadly shootings.
This was the scene at Southeast 9th and Ash overnight. Officers responding to reports of a shooting around 1:15 Sunday morning. They found evidence of gunfire, but no victim. Turned out he went by private vehicle to the hospital, where he later died. This deadly shooting was the second in Portland in a 24-hour span, the first coming around 1:15 Saturday morning near Southeast 136th and Powell. Neighbors expressing their frustration just hours after the shooting.
I would really wish people would understand that once they shoot that person, it's over. It's no more.
And perhaps nobody understands that more than the family and friends of the victim, identified by authorities as Jose Monroy Castaneda. The suspect in the shooting death of the 52-year-old remains a mystery. So too does the motive. Detectives certainly have their work cut out for them, just as they do with the second deadly shooting of the weekend, the one at Southeast 9th and Ash in Portland's Buckman neighborhood. A GoFundMe has been launched to help Jose Monroy Castaneda's family with unexpected expenses in the wake of his sudden death. If you'd like to contribute, you can find a link to that GoFundMe on our website, kgw.com. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
Well, Portland police also have their hands full with street racing, and as the weather gets nicer, police expect the racing to ramp up. So they're planning what they're calling enforcement missions to deal with the problem, especially along North Marine Drive. Neighbors say the only thing that stops the racing at this point is the rain. Those neighbors are frustrated because of the noise and the danger that racing poses to the community. They say this has gone on far too long without a major intervention from police.
I thought they already had a task force and were taking care of it, but when I'd ask police officers that have been around here, they just always say no one's going to go out there.
Last month, 4 people were shot while watching street racing on Marine Drive. 2 of them were teenagers and 1 was just 11 years old. Police did arrest someone in connection with those shootings.
Well, City of Portland planning another sweep in an area that's been a flashpoint in Portland's homeless crisis. We're talking about Laurelhurst Park, and tent campers must be out of there as of this morning. It's been about 8 months since the last extensive cleanup of this area. Campers came back, and neighbors say so did the trash and drug activity.
I'm fortunate enough to live near the park, but I walk through and I go in the morning and I see the needles. I see people who've been so strung out they couldn't even make it into a tent for the night.
The rapid response team posted new eviction notices Friday, warning campers they have 72 hours to pack up and leave. That means they have to be gone by this morning. But as Scott, who's been staying in a tent there, tells us, this is not a solution.
I've been here 3 different times on clearing it. They just keep running us off, and then we come right back. Where else is there to go? You know, just it. Where is there to go? You know, I don't know. I'm open for suggestions.
The Laurelhurst Neighborhood Association is looking for solutions. They have a safety summit planned for mid-May.
Here are some of the other headlines that we're tracking for you this morning. The murder trial of romance novelist Nancy Crampton Brophy is on hold after someone involved tested positive for COVID. Nancy is accused of shooting and killing her husband Daniel Brophy in 2018. He was a chef and instructor at the Oregon Culinary Institute. Last week, the prosecution rested. The defense will begin its case when the trial resumes on May 2nd. An Oregon mother from Albany is in jail accused of killing her 3-year-old daughter. Police pulled over Rebecca Gasparino around 2:30 Saturday morning after she ran a stop sign. At some point, the officers realized she may be a danger to herself or others. They did a welfare check at her home and found the child's body. Gasparino is now in the Lynn County Jail facing charges including first-degree murder. And the U.S. Coast Guard is sharing dramatic video of crews rescuing 2 teenagers this weekend. This happened Saturday just before 5 p.m. The Guard says the helicopter crew from North Bend and Depot Bay Fire rescued the teens at Whale Cove. That's between Depot Bay and Newport. The 13 and 15-year-old siblings were taken to a nearby beach where EMS was waiting. Neither one of them was hurt. And those are some of your Monday morning headlines.
Oregon's May primary is just a few weeks away now, but there's an error in the voters pamphlet that impacts about 80,000 voters in Washington County. The Oregon Elections Division accidentally omitted candidate statements in several House district races. Those races involve 4 Democratic candidates who are running at this point unopposed. The error only impacts voters in those candidates' districts, though. Elections officials are now working on printing and mailing out a supplemental pamphlet that contains the candidate statements. It should be out by next week, or you can find it on the Oregon Secretary of State's website.
We are very much interested in voters getting all the information they need for the May primary, and we're encouraging everyone to participate, every registered voter to participate in this May primary.
All voters will start receiving their ballots next week. The deadline to register, by the way, tomorrow. The primary itself is set for May 17th.
Let's talk a little weather now because the up and down temperatures we've been having this month, snow, 75 degrees, starting to level off a bit, but local winemakers are dealing with the fallout. Some think their grapes were damaged by that valley snow so late in the year. Others say it's too early to tell. Alma McCarty breaks down the science.
Looking at a little bit of frost damage here, so that bud's okay.
After below freezing temperatures hit Oregon crops last week, Jessica Cortell went out to assess the damage for herself.
That one seems okay. This one here, though, the secondary might be okay, but this one, see how it's limp? So this one's probably, yeah, this one's not gonna make it. While they're dormant, they can handle very cold temperatures. But as soon as they rehydrate and start growing, they lose that resistance to the cold, and then 28 degrees can cause significant damage.
Cortell manages vineyards throughout the Willamette Valley. She's calculating now for her clients how much crop could be lost.
You go to one vineyard where there was significant damage, and then go to another one nearby and have minimal or less damage.
Others say
everyone wants to know an answer.
It's still too early to know the exact impacts or losses from the freezing conditions.
Since frost impact is very site specific, not all vineyards were affected.
Jessica Mosaico is owner and winemaker of AFI Wines, as well as board chair for the Willamette Valley Wineries Association.
If a site was already had bud break at the time that the freezing event happened, it could stunt the growth, which will be a quantity issue, meaning that the crop load would be lower. It has nothing to do with quality. So I would say right now it's too soon to estimate how much quantity will be decreased least, and it is certainly has no impact on quality.
Mosaico says in a month or so, they'll have a better idea.
We won't know if that random sampling is a true assessment, nor will we know if it really is going to impact growth until we start to see that growth.
Both believe no matter the outcome,
We'll hope for the best. I know we have a lot of resilience in this industry.
We're all learning together and sharing information as we go and collaborating so that we can all make informed decisions as we learn.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted as they learn more. We'll pass it along because you can't be messing with the wine.
Yeah. Interesting, though, to me, because we were talking during that story that in terms of seeing freezing temperatures the first couple of weeks in April in the Hood River Valley or even Yamhill County, totally usual, totally common, matches the climate book perfectly. So hopefully
snow,
that wasn't,
not so much.
The snow, not.
Exactly.
And to me, that story wasn't clear if the snow was a factor or not. I don't know.
Can I zero in on something? Can I zero on something we definitely know? Yesterday was beautiful.
Yes.
Bottom line, no arguments.
72 yesterday.
Gosh, I felt
Guess who
even
didn't
warmer
play
than that.
golf over the weekend? I did not play over the weekend.
How many weekends of the year do you not play? There's only a handful.
Yes. Sadly, yesterday was one of those days. All right, clouds out there right now. You can see the fetch of moisture streaming in. Here's the rain up and down the I-5 corridor. It's broken light stuff for the most part. Futurecast just keeps this light rain machine going today. Here we are at 8:30 this morning. Clouds, some rain around 12:30. If anything, this is showing more rain than the output we expect. We think even at the coast, rain totals today will be under 1/10 of an inch. So not a bad day to be out and about running around. Certainly nothing stormy. Different story tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8:30. Starting to see the bright colors. That's heavier rain along the coast. And then here come those stormy skies. See the orange colors? I think we get back into maybe not thunder and lightning, but downpours with hail tomorrow. So today just kind of some light stuff around. Tomorrow more of a stormy sky with a cold upper level low, dropping snow levels tomorrow back down to about 3,000 feet. These temperatures right now, 54 in Portland currently would be close to tomorrow's high temperature. So that's the snapshot of the colder weather, not today, but tomorrow. For today, I think we're back up to about 60 for a high. Again, we're starting off about 50. Temperature is not expected to do much today. It shows battleground at 58 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Here's your week ahead. Now, on the one hand, yes, every single day has a rain chance, but less than 1/10 of an inch today. Tomorrow kind of stormy. Wednesday and Thursday, we think lots of dry time, just a little bit of rain around. Rain does appear to pick up a little bit Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we could get back into some hail showers. And of course, Sunday's May Day, the very first day of May. Yeah. Yes.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to May, Rod. All right, here's what's coming up next on the Sunrise Show. We know so many industries, so many businesses, so many people were negatively impacted the last 2 years because of COVID. But in this story, we're going to talk about an artist, a Salem artist who's actually found inspiration from the past 2 years. That story right after this.